Right now, I'm sitting on the floor beside my bed in room 401 of the South Wing. I've stacked a couple of chairs against the door. Not that it'll help if they really want to come in. I've pushed the dresser up against the window too, though we're on the 4th floor. I don't think they climb. At least, I haven't seen them do that yet. It's been 5 days since the building went into lockdown. No alarms, no announcement, just a single click, like the whole place suddenly exhaled and decided we weren't going anywhere. I live in a former rehabilitation hospital, converted into subsidized housing a decade ago. South Wing, 4th floor. One long hallway with mirrored rooms on either side. Most of us here are loners, quiet people, ghosts, really. Perfect tenants if you're trying to keep a building peaceful and anonymous. I moved in 2 years ago after my brother died. I don't remember much of the move-in process, just paperwork and silence. The staff was polite but distant, like we were all expected to disappear eventually. That's what most of us did. Nobody made friends here. We all learned that fast. But something changed last week. It started on a Tuesday. At 2:43 a.m., the building's lighting cut out completely. Then came back, dimmer but steady. Emergency backups, we figured. Someone probably tripped a fuse. A few tenants peeked into the hallway, their faces flickering in the bluish safety lights. At 6 a.m., I tried to leave for my shift. The main lobby doors wouldn't open. I tried the emergency exit. Same thing. Welded. As in actually welded. Like a thick silver seam had grown around the edges of every door. I wasn't the only one who noticed. By 7:15, half the South Wing had crowded into the main corridor. Most looked confused, some scared. Nobody angry yet. The realization hadn't set in. That came later. 2 tenants, a man from room 405 and a woman from 412, tried breaking the glass in the stairwell door. It didn't shatter. It groaned, bent slightly, like metal. The woman banged on it until her hands bled. The man sat on the floor and said nothing. By noon, someone had posted a hand-scrawled notice on the corkboard in the lobby. All exits sealed. Stay in your rooms. Do not open doors after dark. No name, no signature, but someone had written it. Someone who knew something. That was the first time we heard the sound, low, grating, like a garbage bin being dragged across pavement, but wet, slower. It moved past the South Wing's outer windows at sunset. We couldn't see it, only hear it. A slithering growl. Not inhuman exactly, but not right. We all went silent when it passed. I remember looking out the peephole and seeing nothing. Just hallway. But my breath caught like someone was watching me from the other side. On the second night, people began to panic. A man from 408, James, started banging on every door down the hallway, shouting for help, screaming about something in the vents. He begged, wept. And then the sound returned. He went quiet immediately. Then we heard him dragging something heavy back toward his room. Nobody checked on him the next day. By the third night, I had already sealed my door with whatever furniture I could move. I stopped flushing the toilet, stopped using the light. I learned to listen for footsteps before I stepped into the hall. Some of them sounded human. Some didn't. On the 4th day, I met someone. Her name was Eliza, room 419. She knocked once, slow, soft. I hesitated before opening. She looked tired, eyes red, clothes wrinkled. She asked if I'd heard them. I said I had. "They're changing," she whispered. "First it was outside, now I hear them inside." I asked if she meant the vents. She nodded, said she hadn't slept in 2 days. "They whisper now," she said. "Last night they said my name." I wanted to close the door, but something in her face kept me there, that wide-eyed desperation, the kind you only get when your world is unraveling, thread by thread. I let her in. She stayed until midnight. We didn't speak much, just listened to the building settle, creak. Sometimes I thought I heard movement above the ceiling tiles. Sometimes I didn't. When she left, she said, "Don't answer the door unless they knock once." I asked what she meant. She didn't explain. On the 5th day, things got worse. Room 403 across from me started leaking water. Thick, reddish water. Not blood, but close enough. It ran under the door and into the hallway. When I knocked, nobody answered. I listened closely. No breathing, no movement. Just a faint, rhythmic thud, like someone gently tapping on glass. I backed away. Later, a low voice called from behind the door. "Help me." It didn't sound human. It sounded like someone trying to remember how to sound human. I didn't go near it again. We're being studied. That's what I think now. This isn't some random quarantine. We're not trapped by accident. They want to see how long we last. Some of the lights still work. The bathrooms still flush. Even the water heater still runs. Whatever's outside, whatever's inside, hasn't cut us off completely. That's deliberate, but something started to seep in. Last night, I caught a glimpse of it, not directly, but in the mirror. For a second, I thought someone had been standing behind me. Tall, gaunt, pale gray skin, arms too long, just there next to the dresser. Gone when I turned, but its reflection lingered a half-second longer than it should have. I haven't looked in the mirror since. Eliza hasn't come back. I knock once each day. I whisper her name through her door. She doesn't answer. I worry someone else might. I've stopped eating the food I found in the shared kitchen. The cans were dented. The pasta smelled faintly like ammonia. I think someone's been tampering with it. I don't trust the water either. It tastes sweet, like syrup. Too sweet. There are still footsteps at night. Sometimes they stop outside my door and stay there. No knock, just breathing. Sometimes I hear the click of nails on linoleum, and once, just once, I heard a whisper behind the peephole. Room 401. They know I'm here. Tonight I saw something new. The hallway lights flickered out just after sunset. I lit a candle, careful to shield it from the window. As I sat in the dark, I heard a noise in the vents. Not scratching, not movement. A voice whispering my name, over and over. Sometimes it stopped to laugh. That was worse. I've boarded the vent shut with metal baking trays. It won't help. I know that. But it buys me time. A few hours, maybe more. I've started marking the days with scratches on the wall. 7 as of today. I've also begun mapping the footsteps, which hours they come, where they pause, when they go silent. I don't know why. It just feels important. Maybe if I learn the rhythm, I can avoid them. Maybe I can leave. There's a basement here. I remember seeing it when I first moved in, down a side corridor behind an old metal door. I think it connects to the original hospital wing, the one they closed off after the fire. Rumors said it was full of old equipment, beds, files, and corpses. Maybe that's the way out. Or maybe it's where they really live. Either way, I have to try. Tomorrow, I'll make my move. I have a flashlight, a kitchen knife, and a key card I found wedged behind the lobby desk. I think it might work on the basement door. If you find this note, if anyone does, know this. Something is inside this building. It's not one thing. It's many. Or worse, it's one thing pretending to be many. It mimics. It adapts, it waits, and it's learning faster than we are. Please, for the love of whatever God, still listen. Don't answer the door, unless they knock once.